Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It is what it is with Brenda Renge, Powerhouse Property Group, and Jay Parr, the Sears Group. You know, today I've got a really awesome guest. He's got so much great information to share, but just to hear his story is what I really love, and one of the reasons I really wanted him on here, because I think he just has a lot to give. And, you know, that's what we're about doing here. It's about giving back. So I want everybody to welcome. I have Andre Notice right here with me.
I'm here. I'm in the studio in the building. I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me, Brenda. I appreciate you.
Well, absolutely. So, Andre, okay, so you've probably been with Jay Parr about the same length of time I have, I think. You've been here since
Chris started it. I was here.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So at that same time, I think that's when there was like 5 of us that became mentors for Jay Parr, the Sears Group, right?
We had a whole system in place, correct.
Exactly. So we all kind of just rode with it with him because we believed, we trusted, and that's just what you do when you believe in something.
Correct.
So let's talk a little bit about this, though, because all from these, now it's been about 3 years, I guess, since that started, right?
Almost
I think
4.
Almost 4.
Yeah.
Okay. This May will be 4, I guess, or April or whatever. I think it's April. So that's been quite a while. But for us to really, and for me to, like I saw you, I think a couple of weeks ago, and I told you, I was like, you know what? I'm really proud of you because I've watched you grow. When I say grow from when I met you and doing the things that you've always said. Well, you're going to do this, you're this, and you had promoted yourself as the rhyming
Realtor, yes.
The rhyming realtor.
Correct.
So let's go a little bit further and let's dig a little bit deeper.
Sure.
Okay. So, what got you into real estate? Why?
My mother and her husband in 2002, 3, 4, she ran her own mortgage company.
Okay.
And she did pretty well, making over 6 figures. So she had her own company called the Mortgage Company and Associates. She had my little brother's girlfriend working for her and a few other employees. And then they thought it would be a great idea for me to get my license and just work a family business, keep the money in the family.
I love it. So that's what you did. So what year was that?
2004.
2004. So 2004, you went, you got your license.
Yep.
And where'd you go? Champion School?
Champion School of Real Estate. I was actually in college, and I don't even know what I was going to college for. People kept talking about I had an amazing voice. So I said, you know what, maybe I know I wasn't going to the NBA, but I wanted to be somehow linked to the NBA or basketball.
Yeah.
And people kept talking about my voice. So I said, you know what, maybe I can do an NBA analysis.
Yeah.
So I started to possibly pursue that, and then I got into real estate. So.
I love it. And so that's so funny because when you say that, I've always been told with my voice, you got a good voice. And I'm just talking. I don't have a deep voice, but that my voice when I speak, and I'm like, oh, okay. And that's how I winded up. I got into radio, but years ago. And then that just kind of flourished. And then I got into real estate, and it's really neat because how everything's evolved with the social media, with these podcasts. It's like I really get to do 2 things
that you enjoy,
that I enjoy,
exactly,
and that you have passion about. And one of my biggest passions is, of course, people and hearing their stories and learning about them.
That's it.
Okay, so that was in 2004. You got your real estate license.
Yep.
Now, how did that start out with you? So you had family doing the mortgages. You were able to get them hooked up.
Yes. We only did 1 or 2 transactions. I actually sold one of her friends her first home.
Oh, okay, cool.
And we did a couple transactions, but shortly after we did that, the market started to shift, and then we hit the big boom. And then when that happened, when the market crashed, she lost her business.
Okay.
And she lost her business, and I was working with another guy who was my mentor at that time. We all need mentors and coaches.
Absolutely.
And he asked me a question. He said, hey, would you like to work in my office from 8 to 5? Or you can do your own thing. I had never worked 8 to 5. That didn't even sound exciting to me. I was like, nah. So I decided I was going to leave him and get a job. Okay. And that's what I did. He went on to being the #1 agent in Houston.
Okay.
And then being top 10 in the nation. Okay. And that was Mr. Mark Demas.
Okay.
That was my mentor when I got started.
When you got started.
So my caricature that I have on my card right now, the caricature, that was him. He told me where to get that, how to get that,
Oh, wow.
And so Mark was my mentor a long time ago.
Well, yeah, if you're in the Houston market, you know who Mark Demas is. You've seen his name. You watched it grow, so I completely know who you're talking about.
He was my mother's go-to realtor before I got my license.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Now, I've never met him personally, but I do know, like I said, because on the Cypress side of town and always start seeing all his signs. And
that's where he is.
Yeah. Exactly.
Still, that's where he is to this day.
That's
And
awesome. So okay, so you left him, you went on, kind of did your own. You say got a job. What do you mean? What did you go do?
Oh my goodness, what didn't I do? I did a lot of different things. I worked so many different places. I did advertising. I worked a lot of jobs in restaurants. Mm-hmm. I waited tables for a long time, mm-hmm. and I did that for quite some time. But the very last job I had, I started in 2007.
Okay.
At T-Mobile.
Okay.
And I worked there for 4 years, and that was the last job I ever had. So
T-Mobile.
that's what I did. I was in sales. I remained in sales.
Yeah. Okay. So do you still have T-Mobile?
I do. I still have T-Mobile. I never left.
You never left them, really, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my word, that's
It's funny
funny.
because every time I walk into a T-Mobile store, I'm like, man, this is so different from when I used to work here.
Yeah.
But I don't miss it.
No, exactly.
I missed the $15 phone bill, but that's about it.
Dang, that's because you worked there, or that's just because?
Yeah, I had a very low phone bill when I worked there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, my phone bill now is like $300-something a month.
Well, you got
I got four.
people?
Yeah, there's
That's
four
why.
of us.
That's
Yeah,
why.
that's exactly why. But outside of that, that's okay. And it ain't a T-Mobile. I tell you that. It's somebody else.
Yep.
Okay, so that's exciting. Okay, so you did that. And then at that point, you've just. Where did you decide to say, hey, like with your mind shift to saying, okay, well, when did you start like liking to rhyme things, and what made you, because that's a great marketing thing there.
I developed my skills or my gift for writing poetry in high school when I had my high school sweetheart.
High school sweetheart.
And I wanted to have something to say to her, and I realized that I can make it rhyme, and it just came easy to me.
That's so nice. So let's talk high school. It was Waller High School.
Waller
One of them
High
was
School.
That's so funny because I told you I thought I read that somewhere about you. Well,
Yeah.
I also went to Waller High
Yeah.
School, but back when Waller was like okay.
Yeah, I started off at Westfield High School in Spring, and I left there, and we moved to Hockley, and I went to Waller High School.
Waller High School. That's where I graduated from too.
Man,
Way
that's crazy.
before you did, dude. Way before you did. But yeah, so then I've watched it grow like how it is, and now
It's crazy now.
And yeah, so everything in Hockley and all these neighborhoods and how I can remember when all of that. It's like, oh yeah, it was just like me growing up. It was like just a 2-lane type highway down 290,
Yeah.
always going out that way. It's like
Grass and cows, and that's what I saw going to school. I was literally in the country, and
exactly.
It was a culture shock for me because I'm a city boy. So
Yeah.
that was different for me.
Yeah, exactly. But like you said, it's neat to be exposed to different things.
Agreed.
And so so that was your high school sweetheart that you just started writing poems for.
Yep.
You found out you had a gift for this.
Yep. And I found myself doing poetry at churches at times. And yeah, that's how it happened. That's how it started.
And that's how it happened. Now, me from just knowing you, you're like me, faith-based. I mean, give the glory to God because that's just where it is. I mean, I'm no apologies for that for me.
Agreed.
So I know that's who you are as well. And so we can attest to saying, whatever we do in our life, it's a purpose, there's a reason, and whether we've struggled, like we were just saying, trials and tribulations and things that go in our life,
right.
It actually, we can say it was good that we went through this because it helped me go to this, and I've grown, and I'm continuing to grow.
Yes.
But
it's a choice.
It absolutely is a choice.
Because I always say that age and maturity don't come together. They come separately. Mm-hmm. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you're growing up. There are a lot of 40 and 50-year-old teenagers mentally.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's a choice to be able to take a situation and learn from it and grow from it.
Mm-hmm.
But I suggest that you do make that choice.
Yeah, I do too, because at the end of the day, you start to realize that, how do I put it? Because I've said this to so many people. It's like, today at my age, I mean, I was in my 30s, I was going through, things that when I was really realizing that it's okay. Mm-hmm. It's okay to be where I'm at. It's okay to do what I'm doing. I'm not having to live up to somebody else's expectation of what you think you need to do to determine what success is.
Yes.
Because success is, it depends on, everybody's different on who we are.
Correct.
To me, I succeeded in the fact that, hey, I got up this morning, I went to a doctor's appointment to help with my brain because I have issues with my head, with headaches.
Right.
So, I mean, like I said, I made a choice, but that's a success for me because I could have chose not to do this for myself. I could have chose to just stay in bed because it's very easy to do that.
Agreed.
And so when we get into a business like what we're doing, it's, if you're a naturally giving person, we don't see what we're doing as work.
Agreed.
You know?
100%. I'm at a stage in my life now where I am no longer doing things that I don't want to be doing.
Yes.
Everything that I'm doing right now is because I want to be doing. So right now I'm building 2 businesses, 3 aspects to both businesses.
Yeah.
And I love every aspect of it. You know, there are going to be small things that I don't like, but that's no matter what I do, you know, there are going to be things that you don't like, you know. So, but I heard a quote from Jim Carrey I'll never forget. He was graduating and he said that his father told him, or his father said, you can fail at what you don't want. So you might as well take a chance at what you want.
I like that.
Yeah,
That's
this
true.
is true. I mean, I'm gonna have to do something.
Right.
So why do something that I don't want to be doing, whether it's paying the bills or not, if I don't want to be there, and I can fail or I can suck at it or I can hate it, I might as well just do what I want to be doing.
Right. Exactly.
What if that works out?
What if?
Yeah.
I'd rather know that it worked out than never find out if it didn't work
Exactly.
out, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about this. So I love all of that. And then you started branding yourself. With
Yeah.
like, and that, you know, that's the fun part, isn't it? You know, because everybody gets into real estate, you know, brand yourself, find your, you know, find your niche, find your thing.
Yes. Yes.
So tell us a little about how that kind of, because you know, you're noticed.
Yeah, well, I'm actually wearing my secondary brand, not my real estate brand right now. But
Right.
yes, so my other business is the personal development business as an author, coach, and speaker.
Right.
Wrote my first book in 2021.
Yeah.
Just started speaking years ago. And I started my life coaching business last year. And my name is what it is, you know? Like you said, it is what it is. And
Absolutely.
it's funny how the things that kids would tease you about growing up are the things that you learn to appreciate as you get older.
And excelled in. Yeah.
Right. And for me, my name is a brand in itself.
Yeah.
So I just had to find a way to make my name my brand.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing, you know? So it's one of those things to where you want to make sure that people remember you.
Yes.
Not just by who you are, but how you made them feel or something different about you. And what's something that's different about me is my name. There is not another Andre Notice in the world.
Yeah.
I am the only
Googled it.
one. Yeah, of course. I am Googleable.
Andre.
You can search and seek. I am the only one out there. So that's exciting to know. There's an Andrew Notice. That's my cousin.
But he's not Andre. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, he has an English version. I have the French version of the name Andre or Andrew.
So that's neat. Okay, so then when you realized you were onto something, and it became, so do you just at that point, or did you just realize, okay, you know, start doing stuff social media? Well, what was your next step for all this to really get your name?
Well, I learned. So I spend a lot of time in study and research, and I just look at how people utilize their brand to their advantage. And the only way a person is going to remember it is if they continuously hear it or see it.
Yeah.
So I had to make sure that I continuously put it out there. Like, you can't tell me that those shoes that Kanye West came out with look good. You can't tell me that you
Pull them up
can't.
somewhere. I want to see, what do they look
But
like?
they sold out in minutes
Because of his name.
because of the brand. They didn't buy the shoe because of the aesthetics. They bought the shoe because of the brand.
Yeah,
So people buy the brand.
they do.
So when you look at me or you come after me, you're coming after or chasing the brand.
The brand. Well, I love it. You know, like you said, today you got your author, coach, speaker, notice,
Yeah.
Andre. And
You
I
know,
love
I
that.
have my other shirt that says Realtor. Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
So
and
I
your
wear
other
either
one.
one.
He wears either one. And it's just true. Every time you are somewhere, you have that on.
Yeah.
He does not, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you.
But here's the thing, though. Like, when I'm wearing the other shirt, you have no idea how many doors that has opened up for me. Because I don't have to say anything. I'm a walking business card.
Right.
It's a conversation starter. So people walk up to me and start asking me questions. Or people walk up to me and start giving me opportunities. So why not? I mean, people wear Gucci and Fendi and Louis.
And spend all that money for that.
I'm wearing all me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You
And I
know,
spend a whole lot less for it, and I reap the benefit,
Yeah.
not somebody else that I
are
don't
you going
know.
to start your own merch type of online, you know, for you?
You know, I thought about that, but I mean, people ask me if I actually sold the other shirt that has Realtor Speaker Poet, but I'm like, I mean, I could sell it to you, but are you all these things? Why would you wear this?
Well, I'm not Louis Vuitton either, but you're right.
Right. So how that came about is I went to it was a vendor event. And they had all these small businesses. And one of the businesses had shirts, nothing but shirts.
Okay.
And on the shirts, each shirt had a message. And the owner said, hey, pick one that speaks to you. And the one that I looked at that spoke to me said, buy land. That's all it said, 2 words, buy land.
Oh, wow.
So I picked up the shirt, I bought the shirt, and I would wear it. I noticed that every single time I wore the shirt,
Somebody said something.
somebody would always ask me a question. Somebody would always walk up to me. I love that shirt, compliment, something.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's pretty cool. I bought another shirt from a friend. It said rapper, athlete, realtor, but it had rapper and athlete crossed out. It was about breaking the stigma that black men have to be a rapper or an athlete to be successful.
Gotcha.
But it didn't have realtor crossed out. And my friend Larry Brooks sold me that shirt. He's a broker, Brooks and Davis. And every time I wear that shirt, somebody would walk up to me. Oh, you're in real estate. Oh, I love that shirt. Yeah. So I'm like, if people are always wearing my shirts and they're asking me questions, why not brand myself? So I designed the shirt, and that's how it came to be.
And that's how it came to be. You know, it's so funny you say that because who is it? I'm always seeing with their shirts too, and I love it all the time. Is the Garza team? They've started doing the same thing, and you know, she's had it. You know, with all the Garza, and I love that.
Yeah,
I love your shirt. So I was like, okay. I actually told them the other day, last week or whatever. I said, give me the name of that person doing your shirts because I'm going to start doing my shirts because I love that. You know,
yeah.
I can remember. This is true. It's like you said, when people, if you have something that says something and it catches people's attention,
yeah.
they do. And I used to be one of those, always had T-shirts on that had sayings, you know. But they had to be
Right.
cute T-shirts because I'm not like, you know, they have to have, you know, a little cute girly type looking shirt and
I
have
understand.
and say stuff like that.
I understand.
And so I remember I always used to do that and people were always making comments, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah. And
Well, the
you
thing
know,
about it is, like, as a business owner, what you wear is a representation of you.
Yep.
So, yeah, I can go out and put on a Gucci shirt like anybody else, but what does that really say about me and who really reaps the benefit of that?
Not you.
The Gucci family is already rich.
Yeah.
I'm trying to build my own legacy, not continue building theirs.
Absolutely. So I love that. Okay, so let's talk about this. So since you've also been doing this here with JPAR as a mentor, so what do you like most about mentoring people, new agents?
So what's funny is growing up, I shouldn't say growing up, as I was growing, I think in my early 20s, my mother's the one that really realized and vocalized my gift, one of my gifts. She said, you're gifted as a teacher. And when she told me that, I shunned it. But I shunned it because, not because I didn't believe her or because I didn't want to be a teacher, it's because I equated or amounted teacher to being in the school academic system.
Exactly. And that's just not.
And I never wanted to be a part of that system.
Yeah.
So, but I realized that if I was in a classroom setting or anywhere and I see somebody teaching somebody something and I can see that their method didn't make sense, in my mind, I'm like, why would you teach them like that? They wouldn't understand that. Like, to me, it just comes easy, comes natural that you would not say that to the person who is not going to get it.
You're right.
But it came easy to me because that is my gift and I enjoy doing it. And I found myself in classroom settings wanting to share the knowledge that I did have.
Right.
I found myself in college being the class clown. Not because I didn't care what was going on, but because I was disinterested in information that I knew wasn't going to benefit me. And I saw myself teaching the class, not just being a student in the class.
Wow.
So when I put all those things together and I went through my own personal hardships and I learned so much from it, it was in me to want to share that which I had learned. And I feel a fulfillment and a joy to be able to teach that which I know.
Yeah. I love that. Because I think that's, you know, like you said, anybody who's wanting to give back like that, it's just, you can't explain it. It's not something well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think it's a learned thing. It's just it's who you are thing.
It's in you.
Yeah.
It's in you. And what's in you comes out.
Yeah.
Like if I give you a grape and you press on a grape, what comes out of it? Whatever's inside. Whatever's inside.
I was thinking a bunch of mush, but you're right. Whatever's inside.
So if you push on me, you're going to get what comes out. Whatever's on the inside.
You know, that's deep. And let me tell you why. Because that is so... right when you say that, I think of certain people that there's no true joy in them.
Unfortunately.
And not because it can't be or not because it wasn't there before.
Yeah.
But you're right. If they're being pushed at this point right now, what are you getting out? Because that really does say where a person's at.
Yep.
You know, I mean, unfortunately for a grape, it's always going to be the same thing. But hope for an individual, you can change.
You can change. And that's the beautiful thing about humans. We can change.
Wow.
Happiness is a choice.
It is.
You can choose to be happy despite your situation, not because of your situation.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I can definitely attest to those things.
Yep.
So that's what you love about your entering. You've been doing that. You've been enjoying it. You've probably recruited plenty of agents into this brokerage, right?
I have lots.
What do you?
Congratulations to Kristen Rachel. She just became, I think, number 7 in the nation, number 2 for top agents on social media. And I was the one that brought her to JPAR, you know, and so many other individuals, and seeing how they're loving it and enjoying it. So,
oh wow,
yeah, I'm grateful to see my friends enjoy the journey of where we are, because I don't consider this a brokerage. This is a family.
It is.
It's different. Like when I walk inside the office, I'm met with not hellos and how you doing. I'm met with hugs.
Yeah,
genuine. I love you. I'm glad to see you. Hugs. Yep. Regardless of race or background or religion or anything, it's just love.
Yeah.
I've been in this business 19 years in June, 11 years full time. I've never experienced that.
Wow. But you're right. You know, it's a culture. It's what we are.
It's a family.
Who is it? Somebody said, "Oh, I call us a cult." I said, "What's a good cult? Not a bad cult. Good cult."
That's funny.
You know, because we are, and it's just like, you know, I get excited.
Yeah.
I get excited when people want to listen. If we share information about what it is. And at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you just have to experience it. Get on our Coffee with Chris call, meet the people, come, because at the end of the day, you're just going to think it's just somebody else telling you about another
and that's
brokerage.
what I try to tell my friends. Like, man, look, I can tell you all the great things I can, but you just have to experience this for yourself, because I can't put no words to it.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's why people, like you said, you've told so many people and why people are coming on board, and because they want a part of this experience, you know? Because let's be honest, there's so many realtors out there.
Oh, and growing every day. Oh my God, it's crazy.
And then how many are really sticking?
None. Almost none.
You know? And it's because probably why, I would think.
A big part of it is their home base, but you know, it's not an easy industry.
It's not.
And this market will chew you up and spit you out if you're not grounded in doing the I'll say the what is it called? The not the bare minimum or basic necessities, but the foundation.
The foundation
of
things. Yeah. It can. And that's why it's important to have somebody that can, when you come in here as a brand new agent, you have to go through our productivity launch. You have to go through a mentor before. And it's not about anything other than truly wanting to give to them.
Yeah.
You know?
It's laying the foundation.
Yes.
You know, if you put a building up to stand and it does not have a foundation, it will fall.
Yeah.
If you take a tree and it grows far down deep under the ground, almost as high as it goes.
Yep.
If it doesn't have that foundation, it's gonna fall.
Yeah.
So going through those systems and that process is building your foundation.
Your foundation. And we got a great place to do that, because we've been so blessed with our owners, you know, Chris and Jen Sears. I mean, it's just, like you said, it's just, I don't know how they do it. By the grace of God.
Yeah.
Because they do a lot.
Vision.
Yeah,
Vision.
definitely.
Got to have a vision.
And they get it done. you know? And so I'm just, like you said, I'm grateful to be a part of that. I'm grateful that I have all these agents that I can go to, you know, and talk with. And, you know, and it's fun.
Yeah, it
On
is.
top of that, on top of feeling like it's family, it's
Right.
fun.
Right.
And if you hurt, they hurt.
Right.
If you succeed, they succeed.
Yep.
I have never felt that anybody in this company with us, that anybody has discouraged you or looked down on you, not you personally, but just individually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or any of that. I feel like everybody is truly lifting you up and wants to see you succeed,
Right.
whatever that means to you.
Right. And that's an abundance mindset, because the lack mindset says, I'm competing against you.
Yeah.
But the abundance mindset says, I'm collaborating with you.
I can remember being somewhere else before. There was a couple of other big places that I've been at, and you felt the fear, people not wanting to share.
Yeah.
And I never understood that.
Yeah.
And I would sit back and, you know, I was like, okay, well, don't be upset about it. They don't want to share. When you're asking, there's maybe
Right.
a little bit of this and that, but they look, like you just said it, they look at you as their competition.
Correct.
And I'm just not.
There's enough for everybody to eat.
Yeah. So those are the things that always stuck with me. And those are a lot of the reasons why I left where I was to come where I'm at.
Yep.
So.
I definitely understand. I've been there, seen
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Well, we're kind of, low on time here, but I'm definitely going to have you back on again because I want you next time. Let's bring a mentee that you have. That way we can kind of, talk with both of them and kind of get some little insight from how the mentee feels about, working with you, because we all know it's a good thing. Sometimes I don't know that I bring any of my mentees in here because they might be like, where are you? Where are you? Why don't I ever hear from you? They do hear from me. All my mentees have other jobs.
Yeah, most of them
Full-time.
are like that. Too.
Yeah, they have full-time jobs.
And it's hard. It's hard to work this. Unless you have a very flexible position, it can be hard to do both at the same time.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it's such a demanding business.
It is. But what I've noticed, that there's several of them that I have worked with that I am just in awe of how they are able to do and still keep going and doing all this work. It's like that energy. I mean, I'm so proud, because it's like, how did, at this point in my age, I don't think I can do more than what I'm just doing, but all these people, it's like, I just watch them and it's like, and you're doing real estate too, and you're getting your transactions and, so there are some that are out there that are doing great.
Yeah.
But like I say, because it's a hard business,
It
but
is.
I think if it's in you, it's a great decision.
Right.
And it's just what we do. It's just who we are.
Yep. Agreed 100%.
So any last things you would like to say?
I just want to say that as you navigate through 2023, focus on love.
Yeah.
Love is the answer.
That's your word, love.
Yes. Love shows up in many different ways.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Focus on love. Focus on giving first. If you want to receive whatever you want to receive in life, give it first.
Give it first. Because without a doubt, it's going to come.
Yep.
You're going to see it.
By law.
Always. So thank you, Andre. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come in here with me into the studio.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it. We will be seeing you again. And folks, I want to again thank you for just taking the time to tune in. We have these new episodes every Thursday. You can find us right on our YouTube channel, which is Powerhouse Pro Group. You can find us on Spotify on It Is What It Is with Brenda Ringe, and also on Apple Podcasts. So make sure that however it is, tune in to us, check it out. And we're just so blessed and grateful to have you watching us. So